so I'll be continuing from where I left off in my previous video. So that is, I think I left off on we landed in Amsterdam, and there was this 8-hour layover in Amsterdam, and then from there we took the flight to Edmonton. So port of entry is the place where you first collect something called your study permit. So that is the first airport which you land in Canada. That's the first airport where you land in Canada where you get your study permit. So for example, if you're coming from any other part of the world and you first land in Toronto, like let's say university is in Edmonton, like mine, and you land in Toronto, so your port of entry would be in Toronto. So that's where you would be collecting your study permit, and not in Edmonton. So before collecting the study permit, there was this declaration something. There was a kiosk, and you had to declare some item. It's called Arrive Can. So you have to just download that app before you go to Canada. Once you go there, you will be using that app to declare any goods. So it's just like some, pre-checks that the airport does. So just like basic questions. And so just make sure you have that app downloaded. It's like a declaration thing. And then I did that, and then I moved on to get my study permit. Eventually it was my turn, and the officer, he asked me a few questions. First he asked me, I think, what university am I going to? And I said the University of Alberta. And then he asked me for my offer letter, proof of the offer letter, and I showed him the document. So for others it was like other questions. For me, he just asked me like 3-4. Then he also asked me if I carried peanuts, and I said no, I did not. And then he just the officer, he went to a room, he printed a sheet, and he gave me my study permit, and he said that I'm good to go. And there was this small kiosk at the Edmonton International Airport. They were waiting so they were like university representatives, and then they were like, I think, around 4 to 5 universities, and then our university was also present. So the university representatives who were waiting in the Edmonton International Airport, they gave us their coupon, and then we used that coupon to book a taxi ride all the way to university. So prior to coming to Edmonton, I already booked my residence. I already booked a university residence, so like a hostel on campus itself, and it was called Lister Residence. There were like many other residence options to choose from. But then I learned through other friends as well that the Lister Residence is one of the best residences for international students, and I got my room keys. So I went up. I was like at that moment I was all shocked, and because even the drive to the campus, because it was the very first time seeing a world outside of Asia in general, right? And it was pretty different. Everything, like the roads were different, like different people, the scenery was different, the environment was different, the nature was different. Like for example, I grew up in a bustling city in Dubai, right? But then there it was just like plain flat grasslands for miles and miles, And then I went out of my room, and then I just unlocked the room, and here I'm gonna share a clip above. You can see this clip where I enter my room, and then you can already see students outside my window playing around. Lister had this meal plan, so they offered a meal plan. I put my stuff in my room, like my baggages, my bags, and everything, and then I went downstairs, and I had to walk to another building. So this meal room, so it was all in the same location, but it was like a separate building. You didn't have to go outside; they were all connected by pedways. So I had to go like a different building to get my food, right? The meal plan. It was a really good dining hall. It was like a buffet, and they had like a variety of options. Initially, I was like mind blown, like this is crazy, because I didn't expect the meal plan to be like that. I thought it was like someone serving you, but no, this is all self-serve, like buffet style. But that's how that day ended. And I think I go back to my room, and I just started arranging my baggages. That's how that day went, and I'll see you guys in my next video, where I'll explain about more on my university life. Take care. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.